Hey guys, Rick Pete back here again with another video for you. I realised, with the exception of my TNA World Heavyweight Championship video, it's been a while since I did anything TNA related. Like I said, I haven't watched TNA regularly on TV for a long time, but I figured I do have a decent collection of DVDs. I am, expanding on it regularly on the pay-per-view side of it. So it'll be a while before I probably do one of those. I'll probably wait till I've got quite a few from years and then do it as a review that way. I don't know, but what I figured was that I could do one of my documentary DVDs. So without further ado, that's what I'm gonna do. Show you some of the documentary DVDs I have. There are a few more that I would like to get. And obviously when I get those, I'll probably do an updated video with just those, and I'll do them individually as I get them and hopefully watch them. I can do like a review on them straight away. A lot of them are old DVDs because, like I said, I've not watched it in a long time, so I am quite behind on the TNA product, which is a shame because I used to love it at one point. So yeah, without further ado, I'll get on. I'll work my way through the videos, DVDs, sorry. They're not in any sort of particular order until you get near the end, and then they are sort of my favourite ones. It's just literally as how I've taken them off a DVD rack. I've just pulled them off, piled them up here, ready to show you. So, like I say, I'll get on with it. First one that's top of the pile is the 50 Greatest Moments. This is a good DVD. I've watched it a couple of times. It has the bit where Jeff Jarrett attacks Hulk Hogan in Japan, so it's good. Sting's return, debut of Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Randy Savage. Toby Keith, the musician, doesn't mean much to me. I'm, obviously English, so don't know who he is. Raven being scalped by James Mitchell. I remember watching that. That was pretty brutal. There's a fight between Ken Ortiz and Ken Shamrock and Tito Ortiz. Elix Skipper attempts the most insane move ever. I'm pretty sure I know which one it is. I think it's the dump off the top rope. Off the top rope, so off the top of the 6 sides of steel. Which, if it is that one that's on there, I'm pretty sure it is. That is the most mental thing I've ever seen. How he survived that it's just mental. The fact that actually entered his mind is just unbelievable. Yeah, there's all sorts of little gems on there. If you've not got that, and you're a TNA fan, it's worth checking out. It's a decent DVD. Next one is the Best of 2007. This is when I bought TNA DVDs pretty regular. I got them from a shop in Leeds, long before I had internet access easily to be able to pick them up. So it was just a case of grabbing them from wherever I could. There's some great matches on here. I'll just read you a couple off at random. Bound for Glory TNA World Championship, Kurt Angle versus Sting. Bound for Glory Ultimate X match, Latin American Exchange versus Triple H. I remember that match. That was a really good match. Kaz versus the Instant Classic Christian Cage from Genesis in a ladder match. That was a good match. Texas Death Match, Cowboy James Storm, my boy, versus Wildcat Chris Harris. I was a massive fan of America's Most Wanted. I was a bit miffed when they split up. I could see why though. Obviously James Storm was probably the most popular of the two, so therefore more deserving of a solo run, but I did like him as a tag team. And then there's the King of the Mountain match from Slammiversary. Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe versus the phenomenal AJ Styles versus the Instant Classic Christian Cage versus Wildcat Chris Harris. Vaguely remember that match. So it's been a while since I've watched this DVD, but that's a good match from what I remember. Hard Justice All or Nothing, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. Enough said. Every match they had was, in my opinion, awesome. Some people agree, some people probably don't. But to me, you get Angle and Samoa Joe in the TNA ring, and it was just gold every time. And finally, the Destination X, Elevation X, the War Machine Rhino versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. Don't remember that match, I'll be honest. Like I said, it's been a while since I've watched this, and 2007's a long time ago. 2007 was a bit of a bleak year for me, to be honest, but yeah, that's another good DVD. It's worth checking out. So yeah, that's another one. Then we're getting into sort of like some of the documentary ones. Immortal Forever. I got this cheap off eBay, I'll be honest. Not a Hogan fan. Anybody who knows me, seen my videos, knows I'm not a fan of Hogan. But I am a fan of Jeff Hardy. So I think that was probably the reason why I got this. I did get it really cheap off eBay, like next to nothing. So that's probably why I got it. I wouldn't spend anything, ridiculous on this. In my opinion, Bischoff and Hogan started the demise of TNA. As soon as they took over, they got rid of the six-sided ring. And as I mentioned in my TNA video, which was the first video I ever did for my YouTube channel, to me that spelt the kiss of doom. Gave the kiss of death, sorry, to TNA. That's just my opinion though. Anyway, carrying on. TNA Ultimate Matches. The title suggests this is some of the best matches that they've had up until this DVD's done. I've not seen a recent update of it. So yeah, it's got 6 Sides of Steel, Ultimate X, King of the Mountain, Monsters Balls, Full Metal Mayhem, ladder matches and more. I can't remember any of the matches. Obviously Samoa Joe versus Christian Cage and some sort of ladder match is on here. But yeah, other than that, I don't really remember much of this DVD. I will have watched it. I've watched most of my TNA DVDs. I don't think there's any that I've bought. I've got one recently that's a pay-per-view that I've not yet watched. But other than that, most of my TNA DVDs I've watched. But I just can't remember that because I've had it a while. I've watched quite a bit of wrestling since. So, Best of the Tag Teams, Volume 1. There's some great matches on here. It's got America's Most Wanted. It's got AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. It's got the Naturals, Team 3D, Team Canada, the James Gang, which is basically New Age Outlaws. Yeah, LAX. And also the Voodoo King Mafia, which was again essentially the New Age Outlaws. It was BG James and Billy Gunn. I think it was Kip something or other in here, can't remember. And they changed the name to Voodoo King Mafia, which was cool. I always wanted one of the t-shirts, but never got one, and haven't been able to track one down since, which I'm a bit disappointed about because I loved those t-shirts. But yeah, I am after the volume 2 of that as the Dudley Boy, sorry, on the cover. It is in on my eBay sort of watch list, wish list. It pops up, and every time I think I'm going to be able to get it, something pops up. So it ends up just getting left till next payday. But like I say, it's on the list, so if I do get it, I'll get it, watch it, and I'll probably post a review of it straight away. Like I say, most of these are old DVDs now. I don't think TNA have done many of these compilation DVDs for a while. So, but anyway, carrying on. Kurt Angle, Champion DVD. This is a good DVD. I got this one for next to nothing, which I was happy about. I had a price in mind that I was willing to go up to for this, but I got it for next to nothing. It's a great DVD. If you're a Kurt Angle fan, obviously it's a must. If you're a TNA fan, it's a must. If you're a wrestling fan, and it is well worth getting. I think it has a lot of his stuff with Samoa Joe in there. Like I say, it's been a while since I've watched that, but yeah, that was one I picked up for next to nothing that I was really, really pleased about. Most of these I bought brand new from a website over here in the UK, which unfortunately doesn't do TNA anymore. But some of them are eBay purchases, like I mentioned. The Kurt Angle, the Immortal were eBay pickups. This I bought brand new, TNA Doomsday, Best of Abyss. This is a great DVD. Has some great matches on here. So the match against AJ Styles, which one's it on here? It's mentioned on here somewhere. Could be this Lockdown 6 Sides of Steel. I believe he just launches AJ into the cage door, or slams the cage door into AJ's head and just absolutely gashes him open. There's a segment with him trying to drown Christian Cage. Yeah, from lockdown 2006, Abyss versus Christian Cage. I think it shows the build up to it. And I remember Abyss went to Christian's house and attacked him and tried to drown him in his pool. Turning Point 2005, Abyss versus Sabu in a barbed wire match. Barbed wire massacre, sorry. I remember many years ago with two great friends of mine, Darren Bartley and his brother Vinny, and we'd been out for a couple of drinks and got something to eat, and on the way back, going back to my house to eat it, and a conversation arose about this match I'd watched, and my friend Vinny said, "Oh, well, you know it's fake, don't you?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, obviously it's all predetermined, but to say it's fake is a bit harsh." So I said, "Well, I'll tell you what then, I'll show you this match." Showed him the Abyss and Sabu barbed wire match. Luckily, Vinny had finished eating at this point. Excuse me. And he just left my house that night, early hours that morning, with a whole new appreciation of pro wrestling. He said he couldn't believe two people were willing to put themselves through that just to entertain the fans. And he said it's what pro wrestlers do. You know, some of them do take it to the extreme, as it were, but, you know. So yeah, he watched that match, and as a non-wrestling fan, someone who really wasn't interested, he talked about that match for a while whenever wrestling got involved in conversation, which with me I used to talk about regular. Like I said, my friend Darren used to come up to mine and watch wrestling now and again, and we'd watch some pay-per-views together and stuff. But whenever that match got mentioned, wrestling got mentioned, his brother Vinny, if somebody said, "Oh yeah, it's all fake," etc., his brother Vinny would also, "No, I've seen a match," and he'd tell me about that match. So that's worth checking out. So yeah, again, that's the Doomsday Best of Abyss. Another great DVD, Raven, Quote the Raven, Nevermore. This DVD is just pretty much from beginning to end, just bloodbath matches. I was a big fan of Raven in ECW. I liked him in WCW. WWE, I quite liked him in there, even though I didn't think he got used properly. He went to TNA. I wasn't aware of TNA until obviously I got into it. So as soon as this DVD, I found it, it was like, yeah, I'm having that. I believe I bought that one brand new. So yeah, that's a great DVD if you're a TNA fan. You want to check out some earlier TNA stuff if you've only recently got into it. That's worth watching. If you're a Raven fan, obviously I'm assuming you probably have that, even if you're not a TNA fan. If you don't, track it down. It is well worth watching. Carrying on with the documentaries, this was an eBay pickup. Sting, Return of an Icon. Fan of Sting. Loved him in WCW, especially when he went to the black and white face paint. I always preferred that Sting to the bright face paint and, you know, yellow hair, you know, crop top or flat top, whatever it was. But yeah, this is a great DVD that I just dropped. There's some great matches on here. Sting and Christian Cage versus Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. Sting and Samoa Joe versus Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. There was a lockdown match, Sting's Army versus Jarrett's Army. Sting and Christian Cage versus Jeff Jarrett and the Alpha Male Monty Brown. There's quite a few with him. There's two matches of him teaming up with Christian Cage against Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. But yeah, Sting, it's a must-have if you're a Sting fan. Even if you're not necessarily a fan of TNA, that DVD is definitely worth checking out. Purely for the nostalgia factor and the fact that it is Sting. You know, like I said, I've always liked, but I preferred the dark-haired Sting. Another one I bought brand new was this one, Samoa Joe, Unstoppable. This is a great DVD. It shows you pretty much most of his unbeaten streak. It's got his debut match versus Sanjay Dutt. It's got some great X Division matches, and it's got the match between Joe Daniels and AJ Styles from Unbreakable 2005. which is a great match. I believe they did another match of that. It must have been after this DVD had been released. But yeah, that was a great match. Both of those matches with the triple threats for those were amazing matches. That is another great DVD. I'd say well worth checking out if you're a TNA fan and you want to get into some old school stuff. Obviously, this is Joe before NXT, way before NXT, 10 years before NXT, to be fair. But yeah, that's a great DVD. But my dad watched that one with me. Not many DVDs my dad would sit down and watch that were wrestling related. But the Joe one, I put it on one day and my dad was, I think, was doing some ironing or something. And he ended up sitting down, getting involved in that one with me. Sat and watched it. Another one that I bought brand new, Enigma, Best of Jeff Hardy. This is a great DVD. It shows him in his early TNA days, sort of before he became a bit of a mess. It's some great matches on here. There's one against Abyss, final assault match, might be that one, where he actually jumps off the set at the top of the entrance ramp. There's a bit where they're brawling outside. It's either on this one or it's on the Abyss one. I can't remember which one. It might be on both of them. But yeah, it's nearly 4 hours of matches there, and I can honestly say I don't think there's a bad one on it. So if you're a Jeff Hardy fan, check that out. It's well worth checking out. Like I say again, if you're into TNA recently and you want to check out some old stuff, check out Jeff Hardy in his prime, I suppose, really. The entrance music he had in this era is a bit of a long running joke between me and my friend Mark. But yeah, it's a great DVD. His entrance music is a bit corny. It's one that he sung himself, but other than that, great DVD. We're sort of getting into my favourites now. These are the ones that were top of the rack. As I mentioned before in my other DVDs, my other videos even, I am a massive fan of this guy, and the fact that WWE have never done a DVD on him is quite surprising and shocking, quite frankly. Christian Cage, bought this one brand new. This is a great DVD. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches on it, which doesn't sound a lot, but 7 great matches. I can say I'm a massive fan of Christian. When he turned up in TNA, I was absolutely blown away. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I had to get this DVD. It was a no-brainer. It's a great DVD. Again, if you're into early TNA and you haven't got this, it's well worth tracking down and getting a copy of. If you're, like I say again, if you're into the modern TNA and you want to check out some of the older stuff, the documentaries are the way to go, because then you get a taste for some of the matches they had. Another one I got, brand new, America's Most Wanted. Like I've said, big fan of them. Mostly James Storm, I'll be honest. Obviously you can tell by the t-shirt. But this has got some great matches on it. AMW were just awesome. I remember back in the PlayStation 2 days, wrestling games, making America's Most Wanted as best as I could. None of my friends knew who they were. So I had to sort of introduce them to who they were. And excuse me. Yeah, great DVD. Like I said, massive fan of James Storm. But yeah, as a tag team, I absolutely loved AMW. I thought they were great. So that DVD was a no-brainer for me when I saw it. Moving on. This was an eBay pickup. It's TNA Fandemonium. That's the main reason I bought the DVD. But it is actually a sort of 2 for 1. It worked out really good because I'm a massive fan, like I said, James Storm. I was a massive fan of Beer Money. I have that t-shirt. I just need to get the newer one. I'm saying newer one, it's about 2-year-old now or something. But as a double feature, you also get Motor City Machine Guns, another great team. So that again was a no-brainer when it come to I mean, I was sold on the fact that it had beer money on it, and when I saw that it also had the Motor City Machine Guns, it was a case of, yeah, I need to get that DVD, because, you know, both teams were amazing. So yeah, that was another great pickup. Down to my last 2 documentaries for the time being, like I say, until I get some new ones. I suppose you could say I've saved the best till last. This one was the first ever TNA Documentary DVD I ever bought. Phenomenal, Best of AJ Styles. This is the one that I mentioned in my first ever YouTube video about TNA. The one that me and my dad sat and watched together. It's an amazing DVD. Anybody who's a fan of AJ Styles and doesn't have this DVD, shame on you, and you need to get this in your life. It is an amazing DVD. There's some great matches on here. I'll read a couple out for you. I'm not going to read them all out. There's the match to crown the first X Division champion, which, if you didn't know, AJ Styles was the first X Division champion. AJ Styles versus Jerry Lynn versus Low Key versus Psychosis. That was a great match. I've just said AJ Styles was the first X Division champion. Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was. I'm gonna have to go check out my X Division title video now. What else? There's no DQ X title match. AJ Styles versus Sean Waltman. Sean Waltman, obviously better known as X-Pac or 6 if you're an NWO fan. NWA World Heavyweight title cage match. AJ Styles versus Jeff Jarrett. Great match. Falls count anywhere. AJ Styles versus Abyss. They had some great matches. NWA World Heavyweight title match. AJ Styles versus Low Key. Styles was champion then, obviously. NWA World Heavyweight title ladder match. AJ Styles versus D'Lo Brown. NWA World Heavyweight title match. Styles versus Jarrett versus Raven. Great match. So yeah, that's definitely probably one of my favourite TNA DVDs that I've got, documentary wise. Probably only equalled by this one, Best of AJ Styles Volume 2. Again, had to be bought. Sorry about this, I'm just trying to hold in a sneeze. It's got the Lockdown 2005 6 Sides of Steel, AJ Styles versus Abyss. Pretty sure that's the one where AJ Styles gets busted open by the door. This one has the AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels. Excuse me, there it was. Couldn't hold it in. Match from Unbreakable 2005. It has a match on here that didn't really mean much to me when I first saw this DVD, but since then I've become a bit more familiar with his opponent from this one. The debut of Impact on Spike TV, October 2005. AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong. Now, obviously, I didn't know who Roderick Strong was then. Since having watched Ring of Honor, I now know who Roderick Strong is. AJ Styles versus Peter Williams. AMW versus AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels versus Latin American Exchange, LAX. That one was from No Surrender 2006. It was an Ultimate X match, and that got voted the 2006 TNA Match of the Year by the fans. November 2006, Impact X Division title match, AJ Styles versus Chris Sabin. There's more matches and stuff on there. It's 3.5 hours. Great DVD. Like I said, AJ Styles was probably the main reason that I stuck with TNA, and then, like I said, I just started losing touch of it. Kind of lost interest in it, to be fair, but I always liked AJ Styles. Those 2 DVDs, like I said, probably my joint favourite DVDs. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. That's my TNA documentary DVD. As regards pay-per-views, there's quite a few of them down there, so I might have to sort of re-watch them and either do, I don't know if a video on each of them. Might drag out the series a bit, but I'll probably maybe just do them as a video similar to this, just show what I've got and just, you know, see if I can remember some of the matches off the back of them. I do have one that I need to watch that I recently got. It's still sealed, so that'll be getting watched soon. So yeah, but so keep your eyes peeled for those if you're a TNA fan. But yeah, that'll pretty much wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, comment if you haven't already, subscribe. If you've got any friends who you think may enjoy the channel, by all means, spread the love. Tell them about the channel. It's always nice to get new subscribers and, you know, get input off you guys who watch the videos, what you think I should be doing, what I shouldn't do, what you'd like to see. If I can do it, I will. You know, so yeah, but that'll do it for now, guys. It's going to be the end of this video for now, so I'll catch you guys later with a new video. Bye for now, and thanks for watching. Wow!